Hello, this is Aaron Price, Augusta University student, and now we will be looking at the Dauntless companion video, which is they actually third in the series on the website, looking at games and their interpretation of the free-to-play model. Dauntless is one of the newer games on console, not on PC, but it is still a great example of a company that pretty much does it right in the essence of a free-to-play model. And one of those reasons may be that the parent company is Epic, similar to Fortnite, but time will tell if they keep up with a decent free-to-play model. Now, we'll get to it does still use some very common behavioral psychology techniques to get people trying to prod them into spending real money. But let's look at the very basics. First of all, there is no paywall to the content whatsoever. The game is free to download. It does offer these sort of founder packs. And in fact, when the game first came out, there was a very good offer for $5. And that, again, is one of the techniques I personally took up on because it was so cheap. I was like, sure, I'll spend $5 to check this game out. And I've spent a good bit of time with it over the past couple of months. It turned out to be a decent game. It is a free-to-play model based on popular games such as Monster Hunter, where your entire objective is to go around and fight these monsters that they call behemoths in this game, and get items to build gear and weapons. That's the entire drive. As you can see here, going through these menus, there's no lock in terms of inventory, and there's no lock in terms of no lock on how much you can carry or anything like that. The only thing comes down to these treasure chests that you have, which is what I gained access to with the $5 for the first month. And that is actually a huge incentive. One of the things they do kind of subconsciously, because you are not going to get as many resources if you don't have them. You get double the resources. Now, as I described in the text, to their credit, they do limit it. It's a very limited to how much you can get during a day, so that it is not overwhelmingly advantageous and people start complaining that it's pay to win or anything like that. And again, like many other games, there is a standard, and as you can see, the standard does not get very many rewards over the levels, and an elite pass that caps at 50, and you get items, both premium currency. In fact, I added it up, and it cost 1,000 platinum to get the elite pass for over a month, and you earn 550 platinum back by capping out the levels, which is very easy because all of these things that you just saw me pass a shuriken in the wall every day, you get 10 of those no matter what. You don't have to pay money to get those, and they give you 50 points towards your next level. One level is 100 points, and there's also in-game weekly quests that will get you roughly 10 to 12 levels on top of the normal that you get just for fighting behemoths. So it is actually extremely easy to max out to level 50 with just a moderate amount of play. The big time sink that keeps people addicted to the game is the amount of resources that you need to build all the weapons. If you want to be a completionist, and many gamers are completionists, you will need to build every weapon of every weapon type and build every piece of armor and upgrade them to their maximum, on top of fighting the behemoths a large number of times. So this keeps the player wanting to come back for more if they're into that system. Not everybody is a completionist, but there are many. And even some like myself will be very engaged for a certain amount of time trying. You see that in the top left corner there is a level of 27. And I believe the max level right now is 50, and it takes longer and longer. And so, to me, the type of gamer I've become after learning things the hard way is I'm fairly satisfied with the progress, and I'll keep playing, but I'm not that worried about it. Again, that's a tip you have to learn. Now, here is a great example of one of their biggest drawbacks in terms of how they try to get you to spend money. And because the $5 was very useful in unlocking these, but this system right here changes your orbs. It upgrades them, and if you have a level 3, which is the max, and you put it in, it will change it to a random one, which unfortunately also brings back the idea of gambling, which I have shown some links to that's becoming a problem in discussion for governments and other companies. But you need these, and it takes days. 1 day being the lowest, 3 to 4 days being the highest, an amount of time to create these. You're only allowed one slot when you first start the game. So as you keep going, you're looking at days to get something randomly that you want, or something guaranteed that you won't. Even if it's going up to, you have two of the same, it will go to the guaranteed level 3. But then once you start needing different gear outputs, then you're dealing with a large time sink. Unless you spend a little extra money, or money at all, I mean, and buy that premium currency so that you can unlock the other slots. And then further still, maybe you are even more impatient. And one of the things that was on there was the purple chips. Those are used to speed up the process. The more time it takes, the more chips. Well, you can't even buy those directly with money. You have to buy them with the other premium currency. So first you have to spend money on the platinum bars. Then you spend those platinum bars on the chips, which you'll see briefly in one of the screens coming up. And there's really no clear conversion about that. I talk about this in the text. I haven't really in my other videos, but this is one of the games that really kind of strikes me as there's not a really good sense of, okay, that's 500 platinum. I know I'm spending this amount, but is it really worth it? Many of these skins seemed very overpriced, and in fact, that middleman 1,000 chips for 5,100 platinum. That's $50. Actually, more than $50. And just so you can get 1,000, that will speed up the process. And those 1,000 chips will very quickly disappear because you're looking at 70 to 100 chips at a time to boost the speed of some things. And so that could become, to a person who is really intent on getting something random gambling, it can be a big problem. But and this video is much shorter than some of the others, but again, that's because this is a little bit more bare bones of a game. Very common concepts, getting people to buy skins, getting people to buy things to increase their time. But overall, not as many mechanisms as some other games, and so far has been fairly good at fitting into a free-to-play model. And time will tell if it sticks to that. Thank you for your time. I hope you found this video informational, and have a great day.